The Sherman tank stands as a symbol of Allied strength during World War II. Known formally as the M4 Sherman, it was the backbone of American armored forces from 1942 onwards. This machine was more than just metal and gears, it was a crucial factor in the Allied success against Axis powers. The Sherman was not the most advanced tank, but it was reliable and produced in vast numbers, which made a significant difference on the battlefield. The tank was named after the American Civil War general William Tecumseh Sherman. Its introduction into the war marked a turning point for armored warfare. Before the Sherman, the Allies struggled with less reliable and underpowered tanks. The Sherman changed that narrative. It brought hope and effectiveness to every front where it rolled. Soldiers often spoke of the Sherman with a mix of affection and frustration. Understanding the Sherman tank gives us a window into the broader narrative of World War II. The development of the Sherman tank began in response to the early successes of German armor. The U.S. Army needed a tank that could be produced quickly and maintained under battlefield conditions. Initial design started in 1940, with the M3 Lee as a precursor. Engineers collaborated to create the M4 Sherman. The design focused on balancing mobility, firepower, and ease of production. The Sherman featured a 75mm gun, tackling most enemy tanks. By 1942, the Sherman was rolling off the assembly lines in staggering numbers. Thousands of workers ensured a steady supply of new tanks. The Sherman tank was not just a product of mass production, it was also a technological marvel of its time. One of its key innovations was the use of a gyro stabilizer for the main gun. This allowed the Sherman to fire accurately while moving, a significant advantage over many German tanks, which had to stop to aim precisely. This feature greatly enhanced its combat effectiveness. Another notable innovation was its suspension system. The Sherman used a vertical volute spring suspension, VVSS, which provided a smooth ride over rough terrain. Later models upgraded to the horizontal volute spring suspension, HVSS, further improving mobility. This flexibility made the Sherman versatile in various combat environments, from deserts to forests. The tank's engine was another area of innovation. Initially, the Sherman used a radial aircraft engine, which was powerful but complex. Over time, the tank was fitted with different engines, including the reliable Ford GAA V8. The Sherman tank played crucial roles in several key battles during World War II. Its first major test came during the North African campaign. Here, Shermans faced off against the famed Afrika Korps under General Erwin Rommel. In Europe, the Sherman was instrumental in the D-Day landings and the subsequent Battle of Normandy. Equipped with the duplex drive system, some Shermans could even swim ashore. Once on land, Shermans supported infantry and pushed through German defenses. Despite facing superior German tanks, the resilience of the Shermans helped turn the battle in favor of the Allies. The introduction and widespread use of the Sherman tank significantly influenced Allied tactics during World War II. One of the main strategic advantages was the tank's ability to be mass-produced and quickly deployed across multiple theaters of war. This allowed the Allies to maintain a constant armored presence, overwhelming Axis forces with sheer numbers. The Sherman was also central to the concept of combined arms warfare. Infantry, artillery, and air support were coordinated with tank units to create a powerful, cohesive fighting force. This integration allowed for flexible and dynamic operations, adapting to various battlefield conditions. In Europe, the Sherman's role in spearheading offensives was critical. The tank often led the charge in major operations such as the liberation of Paris and the crossing of the Rhine. The strategic use of Shermans also extended to psychological warfare. The sight of a column of Sherman tanks could demoralize enemy troops and boost the confidence of Allied forces. The legacy of the Sherman tank extends far beyond World War II. Its design principles influenced tank development for decades. The focus on balance between firepower, mobility, and production efficiency became a standard for future armored vehicles. Many post-war tanks, including the M26 Pershing and the M48 Patton, drew lessons from the Sherman's performance. The Sherman also left a mark on military strategy and doctrine. Its role in combined arms operations highlighted the importance of integrating various military branches to achieve strategic objectives. The tank's versatility demonstrated the need for adaptable and multifunctional military equipment. The personal stories of the men who fought in Shermans add a human dimension to its legacy. Despite their flaws, Shermans were dependable companions on the battlefield. Today, the Sherman tank is a popular exhibit in military museums around the world.